Welcome back to Unfiltered. Is your host Jay, Skyline, and James. We about to kick it back off here with our sports update. And first thing is first for the kids. The Pirates and the Cardinals is out playing the other day over in Omaha at the Little League World Series to get in front of all the kids from America and around the world. This is one of the most natural, wholesome things they do for the kids on the planet. Getting all these kids from all nationalities to play a team sport together, one that I might not like, but it is a team sport, and they all get to see other nationalities play this game. A new spin on it is bringing a major league team in the middle of the tournament to come play in front of the kids that have advanced to a certain point. To see the interaction with the kids and the players was cool. Just seeing like how happy those kids were to be able to meet the people they always wanted to meet. So, like I said, I'm happy that Major League Baseball did this. I'm happy that the Cardinals and the Pirates decided to do this. This is not just a cool story because it's our Pirates. It's a cool story because these players took their time. They didn't have to schedule this game to be in Omaha. They could have had this game in St. Louis or Pittsburgh. Like, it's cool to see them set aside time for kids like that.
That's really cool, yeah. It's really nice. I definitely, like to see the Pirate organization do something. So, I mean, I think the kids, like, they deserve it, because you know what? Not every one of them, they're going to make it into the MLB, or maybe not minor, still pursue other careers or something. But it's, it's probably like, it's like an honor, just for them to like get to see their legends, the people that, that they're striving to play as, So I think that's a pretty cool, little thing they did for them. So are they still rolling through the, I guess, their tournament? The
tournament's still going. So. On another note in the tournament, we have heard about South Dakota, and the Dominican players have been using Google Translator to talk to each other, like to talk and chill with each other, like the Dominican players and the South Dakota players. We are unfiltered. This is like the furthest comparison. Like, I'm not even sure, like, if the Dominican players know anything about where South Dakota's at. Like, I know every country on the planet learns about America, but I have a feeling that it's like New York, LA, Chicago. Like, if it's not like an in-depth study of our history. Like, they're not doing U.S. geography like we do.
Yeah.
So I don't expect you to know where South Dakota is at all. And it's not your fault. Because to me, I don't know where the second biggest county in Dominican Republic is. So, like I guess, like I said, it's a two-way street. Like, this is something you got to see this out of other people's eyes. This is not being ignorant. It's the idea that we got to stop thinking that the United States is the center of the universe. That's where I'm going with this. So it's just like, oh wow, the South Dakota players and the Dominican players are talking to each other. Like, you could have, if that's a big ass story compared to the Dominican players and the Florida players are talking to each other. It's like, oh well, are all the Florida players not Dominican? Like, I know some of them are Dominican, some of them might be Cuban, some of them like, it's a mixed race thing down there. Where, what I know for goddamn sure about the South Dakota players? Either they were all white, and where there was like 3 of them that might have came off the reservation. That's all I know about the South Dakota players. There's not a single brother on that South Dakota team. And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, it's not the idea that it's just like, it's a whole different world. Like, I can say that like California, New York, Florida, and Texas, I would have been able to be like, or in Arizona, I'd be like, all right, the Dominican players probably can speak to those kids. It's not that big deal. They probably can figure out how to translate. South Dakota, that is some impressive shit. And I'm happy. That's unity. That's what we need again, unity. You ever thought about trying to talk to somebody you couldn't speak to? Like, we went to a diverse high school.
Oh, yeah. I definitely I have a lot of friends that are from different countries and whatnot. So, I mean, like, that would have been pretty cool. Like, it would have been better, like, communication. It would definitely broke the language barriers. So I wish that if we had that back then, that would have been cool, It definitely, it's getting to see other cultures, accepting other cultures, getting into that. That's like, that brings us all together. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, that could be just a general opinion as well. But, just accepting and learning, that's all about,
Oh, yeah. On a different note, ESPN had their 48-hour fantasy marathon the other day, which had tons of fantasy football insight around, up and down, all over the place. But the big segment that everybody's been talking about the last week or so was the fantasy auction. You know why? Because we are avid fantasy football players. We do mock drafts. I have personally never played in a fantasy auction league, but I've done mocks in the auction draft, like a mock auction draft before. I wasn't into it, but I've done it and I know what it is. Have you?
I've never done it. I know what it is.
Okay. So, but you have no, outside of the fact that you've never done it, you don't have any issue with people that play in that format.
I don't.
And like it's a game, like not as like a racial thing.
As a game, yeah. Well, yeah. It's like just general, just kind of like if you were playing like, I mean, just like if you were like a super manager in like the real world. Right. You're looking at like, okay, this player's value is $10 million. Right. Like you play this good, you deserve this money. That's why I'm looking at it.
Okay, then yeah, we're looking at it the same way. Okay, so a lot of people got mad because I could say that probably the first 2 rounds of anybody's regular fantasy football draft, outside if you draft a quarterback or Christian McCaffrey, maybe, you're all black players. So they did like a mini mock draft, I think, of the first and second round, and they're auctioning off, players in real life TV. It kind of looks bad. To me, they're doing something for the community. There are people that play in auction drafts. It's like I play in a lot of PPR leagues. So they talked about PPR leagues a little bit and talked about the best players that can help me in PPR leagues. So I think it's their responsibility to still give us some time for people to do auction drafts and talk about what's the best thing to do in an auction draft. It just might have came off a little weird. And the fact that a lot of the population has never played an auction draft or even thought about it. Again, I've never played. He knows what it is. And he's never played. I've at least tried to do the auction draft in mock form. I think it's stupid. Saying that if you and 8 to 20 of your friends agreed to do it, good for you. I don't think it's not fair if y'all agree to it and y'all are willing to work by these weird ass rules, but it's not racist. Like that's something I can full blown say. It's not racist. They probably used a bad idea in the sense of how they might have displayed these people's faces and stuff up on the board or something, which I even know I'm just like, I'm trying to be more sensitive for them than I should. But like I said, no, ESPN's not racist, at least not in that sense. They might have done some other stuff that might be like pseudo racist. That wasn't racist. That wasn't racist. That was just y'all being 1, sensitive, and 2, probably uneducated a little more than you wish you could be.
I thought auction drafts were more like the Vegas that's more of like a Vegas thing, like a gambling type of route. I feel like that's a more.
Oh no, you're right. It's more of a gambling thing, but like to me, again, like the auction draft insinuates like a certain like people. The thing is like because I know what I did when I did my mock auction draft. I picked a number and just played with people until I got up to a point where like I'm not going to pay for that anyway. Mm-hmm. And then I make them spend a whole ton of money on Antonio Brown and Julio Jones and Le'Veon Bell until I go down to where I'm like, oh yeah, I'll pay for that dude for that price, and I'll probably even pay for the next dude for that price because it's like the 8th and 9th pick. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm more out here trying. I'm just gonna make you spend your money stupidly, at least try to. I've done like 1 or 2 mock drafts, so that backfires. And I'm like, yeah, this would suck really bad if I just spent $80 on or whatever the point total is on one player. So like I said, it's not racist. It's a calculated part of fantasy. There's really 3 stages of fantasy if you go by the main frame of any online version. Standard, PPR, auction. That's it. There's the only if you go further than that, then you're changing the game. But the game was designed with those 3 options, almost every single one. ESPN, NFL, Yahoo. When you go into your formats as a manager or as a league runner, you can pick one of those 3. So they have a right to tell people about the auction draft. It's not racist. Over to the real stuff that we doing over here, grind mode, worldwide radios, fantasy football league. That's not going to fit on NFL.com's thing, but we're going to do something. We about to get this draft popping. As of right now, tentatively, the draft will be Wednesday, September 6th, and we will be doing it live right here on UnFiltered. I've not figured out how the camera work's going to be done. I've not figured out how we're going to actually see the draft board and all that shit. But it will be here. It will be popping. And I feel like I speak stuff into existence sometimes, which probably isn't a good thing because it makes a lot of other people work. But we get shit done. So you ready for this, man?
I'm pretty pumped. I mean, it's
the inaugural season. There's no past battles between us in this league yet.
Yeah, and there's no rivalry or there's no we always have a decent matchup in our league. So this is gonna be fine. I'm gonna play with some new people. So I hope everybody's dedicated because if you skip a week, like that's all I need.
I say we run a different league with our high school and college friends. Back when we lived, like I said, high school and college friends. We live in separate areas now. But yeah, like I said, we've been doing this for a couple while. I've been a champion a couple times. He's been a third place or worse a couple times. But like I said, this is going to be a whole new challenge. This is going to be completely new people. I'm pretty sure this league is going to be a standard league. I'll talk to everybody, but I don't feel like the first league was our league. Like we picked the rules, we dictated things. Like you lose points for kickers. I can't do that here. Like I really just can't. So it's just gonna be how that is. Like we're gonna just be. I'm trying to do straight up. If anybody wants some things changed, we'll talk about it. It's gonna be a straight up league. Probably no bonuses. It's gonna be straight up points and touchdowns. Like I said, if anybody else changes their mind on that, they'll let me know. But until then, I just see it's the fairest way to say I didn't change or mess with anything in the league. And same thing with him, because we both have history with this, and I don't know how many people have full history doing this. So we'll find out. Like I said, I'm excited. Right now, the current projected first overall pick in the drafts are Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson. It's flipping back and forth. And then after that, it goes to like Julio Jones and Antonio Brown. And a mad rush of wide receivers. With LaShawn McCoy being sprinkled in there somewhere, like anywhere between 5 and 10, LaShawn McCoy could be drafted. And people are figuring out in their minds where they're going to take Zeke. I've seen in some mock drafts Zeke taken about 8th. I've seen other mock drafts where Zeke is not taken until the 3rd round. It's going to be how your league feels. How do you?
All right. Well, do you think it's going to be settled up, this whole situation with Ezekiel Elliott before the 6th? That we can get a definitive, like, all right, this is 6 games out, because I don't know where I should take him.
I'm still on the idea that he's going to get cut down to 4.
4 games?
I could be wrong, but I feel like every time I say something about these suspensions, I'm usually right outside of Tom Brady, which nobody was right about Tom Brady. So, yeah, that's where I'm going with this. I think it's going to get taken down to 4. Because you know why? Because he still did that shit to that girl at St. Patrick's Day, and we saw it.
Yeah.
So that alone could have took the whole 6 if the NFL was trying to really follow their rules.
Yeah.
But they went out here and did this random shady investigation with the accuser, who she might have still been assaulted. I'm not doubting that. But you came out here and said you were going to lie on him on top of it. And that's when it's hard for me to be like, well, so, but no, that first woman was violated. He pulled her top down on St. Patrick's Day. It's on video. So at the least force where I think it should be. At the least. I still think he should get the whole 6, but because they fucked up the other half of the investigation of lies, going down to 4 is probably their best bet.
4 games. If they have an early this is my opinion, I would avoid him if he has an early bye week, because that's a lot of points you're just missing out at. And if you're really like trying to use him, that's just like a hard.
Well, that's the thing. If he goes for the 6, you'll miss him for 7 games.
You're gonna miss. Yeah,
because the bye week is the 6th week. So he'll miss the bye week and then the week after that, because it counts as being the 7th game. That's the 6th game.
So that's like 7 games.
It's 7 games, yeah.
That's a hard one. You have to be guaranteed pretty much at that point. Use him to trade later. Trade bait. Save him for
you know
later.
What you gotta do? You gotta get after. I don't know who it is though, because it's Alfred Morris and Darren McFadden, and I don't know who's better.
I don't know.
A lot of people say Alfred Morris, and I'm leaning toward Alfred Morris.
I love the run DMC. I always have.
Yeah, that's because but Alfred Morris might be a better running back.
He probably would be healthy.
Not in his life.
Like whenever he first got in, like first game, actually preseason, it was already questionable. I mean,
speaking of that, before we so fantasy odds on Blake Bortles making it through 3 weeks. They are saying he's one of the worst quarterbacks they have ever seen down in Jacksonville right now. Blake Bortles is garbage.
They had some pretty decent quarterbacks in that.
Yeah, they had,
you know what?
they had Leftwich, they had Henny. Well, they still have Henny. Then they had Pennington for a minute.
Pennington? No, they had Chad Henne.
They still have Chad Henne.
Blake Bortles. And then they had what's his face who went.
David Garrard.
David Garrard. He was there.
They had Leftwich.
Who's the dude that went over to San Francisco?
Wait. Oh, wait. No, I'm really confused now. Yeah.
He was a starter, wasn't he? Gaffney or what's his name? No.
Gannon?
No.
Because Gannon, wait, no, that's a Tampa Bay. Yeah, you're going to have to figure that one out.
That one dude, he was just a few years back, and then he went over to San Francisco, and he was actually Blaine Gabbert.
Was Blaine Gabbert Jacksonville?
Blaine Gabbert was Jacksonville first.
Damn.
I'm trying to like.
No, because Blaine Gabbert, that was the Christian Ponder Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was fucking terrible.
The things we had to deal with in fantasy. And in.
That was y'all, man. I was still out there hustling niggas for Mon Bradshaw. I couldn't even lie. So, but that's the other thing about this year. There's a lot of new players, man. Yeah. Because a lot of players have been hurt. Like, we're getting Martavis Bryant back on the Steelers side. Sammy Watkins is on my side. Yeah. We the movement, like Brandon Cook. There's a lot of people that are moving up in echelons that I wouldn't have drafted early before. That now it's like, well, you guys got to draft these guys early because these are the guys that are here. Marshawn Lynch is back. Like, fantasy football is going to be like, what do you do? Like, is Marshawn Lynch your first or second pick in the running back? If you got to pick him?
I think second. If it's going to be anything.
What if you get a receiver in first round? And Marshawn Lynch is coming up in your second round. Is that?
It depends on who's all there. But I mean, like, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, like, look. All right, everybody needs to just remember it wasn't his fault. They should have just handed it to him. They would have won it. All right, we'll just that's all we had. That's all they had to do. That's not Marshawn's fault. He was probably mad as hell, and that's why he didn't perform the next year after that. And then that's why he pretty much retired, and now he's back. And I know for a fact he wants to play, and I would probably pick him up. Marshawn ain't nothing to fuck with. Once he goes beast mode, it's over. But I mean, like, you don't have to rely on Marshawn. I mean, he is older, but I know for a fact I think he can play. I mean, I think he would be a Frank Gore. He's going to get you the points. He's going to get you solid points.
Oh, and how you had updates on injuries?
Yeah, Alshon Jeffrey, he's shoulder. I mean, it's nothing new, being injured.
Also, since everybody wants to get on your team should sign Kaepernick bandwagon, 38 hours and counting. If you want to hop on the bandwagon, Pittsburgh just did it today because the Post-Gazette finally came out and said because Landry Jones is hurt, which Landry Jones was never healthy in my eyes. They think that they should pick up Colin Kaepernick. They're saying that the other guy they picked up from Tennessee is not ready yet to be even the backup, which is weird. So, yeah, like backup, like all you needed them to do was back. I mean, I guess it's the idea that Ben's going to miss at least two.
Yeah, he's going to miss something.
Like he's always missing two at the least.
That's not that big.
So, but yeah, like I said, they want to pick up Kaepernick. I know this has nothing to do with the other. They are not correlating things. Michael Vick did an illegal crime. Colin Kaepernick is standing up for something. I just don't think the Steelers are down to do this ride twice.
Yeah. All right. I think, if you want to look at it, maybe Michael Vick was, he did a lot worse.
Oh, it's a lot worse. No, because there's nothing bad about what Kaepernick did.
Yeah, nothing Kaepernick did. If you're comparing, it's a whole different story.
But to old people with money who think that all that matter what other old people with money think about them, because that's how I think NFL owners think. I don't think they think for their teams anymore, or the fans. I think oh yeah, well, how my other rich fans going to feel about my team or my person not listening to me the way I say he does. That's where I think that is when it comes to that. So, and that's, hey.
I don't know. The team, I think it'll be a good pickup. I think the Rooneys are a respectful foundation, like that whole entire organization. I think they would be about it. I don't know why you wouldn't. I feel like Kaepernick would be. positive. He wouldn't be that. Usually whenever people go to Pittsburgh, it's never like a giant publicity act. Usually it's always kept under wrap. Like no one really talked about Michael Vick being here.
Oh.
But he was here,
Big news. It should be done. I'm reporting this first. I'm wrong, but I'm reporting this first. Darrelle Revis, I think, will be signed to the Steelers before the season starts.
Wait, what?
Yes. Cornerback.
Where do you get
extraordinaire. This? I have sources. Quarterback extraordinaire. Darrelle Revis might play for the Steelers this year. Like I said, they're talking about contract stuff. I think there's going to be some underlying stuff they're trying to figure out about like where he should really be able to chill in the city and stuff. But
where's he from? Isn't he from like?
He's from Malacopa, but he was out here knocking 3 people out at one time in the South Side like 3 months ago. So
I think we can look past that.
Some people can, some people can't. It matters about how close you and your friends were. But yeah, like I said, it'd be cool to see him come home. At least in my eyes.
I always feel like everyone should deserve their like home team chance or whatever.
Like Malacopa's like Akron, so he's coming home.
Just like that.
So, like I said, it's not finished. It should be finished soon. I think they want to get him in like 1 week, at least 1 week of running around and stuff before they go straight out to the field with him.
What do they put him as, like a strong safety or put him as a cornerback?
Who's William Gay? Who's the other corner on the team? I
don't know.
Crocker Gilmore?
Gilmore, maybe.
I mean, he might be. I don't know what he's going to be. He might be a.
Because I mean, like he's been getting beat lately. Like
yes, the island is not an island anymore.
He's not an island. He's a work with a team now at this point. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is he going to be put?
I mean, the Steelers are like that. They do work like that. Though.
Yeah, they do. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would like to see him because they worked around with like Palomalo. They only needed him to jump up and like pretty much get a quarterback, just get the quarterback out. Go for the sack. I mean, get Revis out there only for the big plays. Shut everyone down. Also, because you reminded me on Steeler News. James Harrison will not be playing those snaps this year. He will be a reserve at the most. TJ Watt has proven way above what people thought he would be, and he has moved into Harrison's spot. Well, everybody around Harrison already had their spot. So Harrison will be rotating around the other linebacker positions when people need spells. Yeah, so it's pretty much like James Harrison always going to be at 100%, like just whenever he's put in the game. And he's just pretty much going to take anybody down. James Harrison is a freak. This man, he's something. Oh man, like whatever he's eating, I've watched like videos of him working out. That's just insane. This man.
And last, making every bit of Le'Veon Bell's suspension even more awkward, James Conner's debuted this weekend, this weekend. He busted off 98 yards in his debut preseason game, 0 touchdowns. And he looked good. Again, it's preseason. Week, 2, maybe 3 if you're the Cowboys, because you played in the Hall of Fame game. But it's week 2. It's cool. Don't get hurt, young buck, because we don't know what's going to happen with Le'Veon Bell, if he's going to get hurt or if he's going to smoke up. So, again, I'm on both sides.
LeGarrett's in the same state, right?
Oh, yeah. LeGarrett's only a ride down the turnpike.
Yeah.
They can meet up around Harrisburg and get lit. Go driving down to go up to Hershey and go get some chocolate and shit.
They'll be riding through the Hershey Park, the candy little museum.
Raindrop, drop top. But yeah, like I said, I understand what Le'Veon's point is. He wants to get paid what he thinks he's worth. Devontae Freeman just got paid a lot of money, and Devontae Freeman's probably not a top 5 running back.
I don't know why he got that money. That's like the same thing like Joe Flacco. With all that amount of money.
But he won a Super Bowl.
I don't give a damn if he won a Super Bowl. Would you give the same amount to the guy who won 2001 Super Bowl?
We still talking about the Buccaneers.
We're still talking about that. We're never going to stop talking about it because would you give that same amount of money to that?
For all my viewers and our viewers, this is an underlying topic of our life, and the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, but nobody knows what the name of the quarterback is. It's Brad Johnson, and it took us 10 years to get that straight with ourselves. There might be even a segment on our show called the Brad Johnson or something, because it's something that's part of our friendship. But No, it's a difference because Joe Flacco went into the. It's like Kirk Cousins now. You know, Kirk Cousins is going to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL next year.
Really?
Ever. And he's probably never going to get close to a Super Bowl. He's going to be the new age Phillip Rivers.
Oh damn.
But yeah, if the Redskins franchise tag him again next year, he automatically gets $44 million and for 1 year. That'd be the highest single year, I think.
Damn, he's not even that good.
No, but
44 mil.
Yeah, but the Redskins ain't have no choice, and he's not trying to sign no contract.
They could like spread out the money for somebody else.
Who? You gonna sign Blake Bortles after he gets dropped in like 3 weeks?
No.
You gonna go find Nick Foles?
Nick Foles. Is he still playing?
I don't know, but he threw 7 touchdowns in a game like 3 years ago, and now he's out there.
I mean, I don't know what happened to him. He was not too bad, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think they have any plans like that.
Shit.
But like I said, it's going to be an interesting season out here at the NFL. And fantasy. Like I said, tune in. Like I said, tune in Monday through Thursday no matter what. But tune in on Wednesday, September 6th, 2017, for the first GrindModeWorldWideRadio.com Fantasy League. Again, we will have to agree as a radio station to find a way to shorten that because that will not fit on the internet page that we're going to use to do this league. But I will say that now because I am required to, basically. And I love this place. It got me back doing what I love. It's not like I'm required to. I'm happy to say it. Grind Mode Worldwide Radio presents Unfiltered. Like I said, it's not an obligation. Not yet. It's an obligation when it's the only way I'm making money. But like I said, it's never not working. Like I said, we always out here. Before we go, we got a few more things to roll out for you. Before we go all the way out, do you want to tell them about your interesting last couple of days? You know, the life of the one-footed James?
The one-footed James. So surgery was back on the 10th, recovering, just saw the doctor reposition the foot. But I go out and about, and I bump music, and happened to be in Southside. And so it was Ric Flair, and he was like messaging Jordan. I didn't even know. I'm bumping Back That Ass Up, you know, and then Jordan's telling me that like, oh, you're getting caught out here by Ric Flair. So, all right, if I catch you, Brick, I'll just do shout out. That's all. No hating now.
Okay, it was an interesting pull up on my phone. I'm not gonna lie. When I got the message of, hey, is that James? I'm like, is it a Mazda? He's like, yeah. I'm like, 60-40 chance it's James. Like, I actually gave him a better chance that it wasn't no 50-50. Like, he saw my text message before he went on air, and I was like, it's probably him. On another note, another person that's not that lucky, Lucky Whitehead, formerly of the Cowboys, now formerly, well, no, he's still on the Jets, but he's hurt. If you do not remember Lucky Whitehead or Ronald Whitehead, he is the former Cowboys player who once had his dog robbed by a local Dallas rapper and then had to pay ransom to get his dog back, Pitbull. Somebody stole his identity, got caught robbing a place, and told the police Lucky Whitehead's social security number as identification. First thing, he memorized somebody else's, he memorized another man's social security. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to blow up on this. This is one of the things that really confused me about this man's life. But after that, the Cowboys get tired of dealing with just the nuisance of Lucky Whitehead's bad luck. And they cut him. Lucky gets picked up by the Jets pretty quickly because he's one of the fastest players in the NFL. And that's one thing I feel like I've never explained in this story. Is it's not like Lucky Whitehead is not fast as hell. I don't actually know anything else he can do on the football field, but the man's fast. Probably not anymore. But because he got hurt. 2-3 practices into his new campaign with his new team. It's not Jordan Matthews bad, but he got hurt pretty quickly. So I think it's time to we might have to put a poll out there or something. We need a new nickname for Lucky Whitehead. Just $1 a day can help you find a new nickname for Lucky Whitehead. Maybe might not get him in so much trouble, pain, or misery, and maybe he'll get him on the right path in the NFL. You got any ideas for any nicknames for Lucky Whitehead?
Just get rid of Lucky, I would say that.
Deuces, Quickster. Black Knight. Like I don't know. Like you don't have to do something. Like you can't be lucky no more.
You can't be lucky now.
Because you're not lucky, bro.
That sucks. All that sucks.
So you're not lucky no more. Yeah. Just live with it, man. Like I mean, I don't know how long you've had that nickname, but it's over, man. It's over, man. For all my comedy movie lovers, this is something that just popped in my head. 420 next year. Y'all been looking for it. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it because I'm not really big on sequels because I'm not sure yet. Super Troopers 2. 420. Super Troopers 2. 420 next year. Like I said. This is one of them, like, this is a cult classic. This ain't like whenever they brought Dumb and Dumber back when y'all was like, oh yeah, this is a little different. This is like the same cast. A lot of these guys are really big movie stars, so I'm assuming they had to do a GoFundMe for this. Actually, I know it was GoFundMe for this. But hopefully y'all get what y'all want. Hopefully it's that day like the De La Soul album last year. Like it was a fresh breath air. Or, we're just gonna roll with that. Last of the day before we roll off, this is gonna be like our little goofy spin on the day. LA Lad Bible of the UK had an article out today of a man. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to blow the spot up. We might show you the link, and you can blow a spot up later if you want. But a man was on a UK flight. Didn't specify where he was going. I don't think he wanted the people on the planet to know.
No, he went to Cape Town.
Oh, so Cape Town?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. Cape Town. So he went down to South Africa. Oh yeah, he was visiting his parents or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually no, I read. Okay, yeah, I got that whole coming back thing with me. But no, like he was going down to see his parents, and when he got on his plane, and the seat he's supposed to have was covered in piss, like still wet piss, and he was mad about it. He went back and forth with the people on the plane. They were like, "You can't do nothing. We can't do nothing about it. You're gonna have to sit on that." They gave him like a moist towelette.
Yeah. Give him just to wipe it off. Like, what?
So yeah, they told him to do it like Boozy and wipe it down, but he wasn't. It didn't really work because pee don't go out like that. And he sat down on a pee flight for his 11 hours. While he said at first it was fine, and then it seeped through the first towel. He asked for another towel, and they took too long. Then
it got through his jeans at that point.
So let's just put it like this, man. The only time your balls should be wet with pee is when you're in your own diaper and they're wet with your own pee. When you were an infant. Like you should not be able to feel another man's pee on your balls, man. It's the truth. Like this story hurts, man. I'm like first things first. Malachi said it first. I'm gonna back him up on this because he said it off air. We gotta fight. Like there's a chance that I'm like first thing everybody needs to move the fuck out the way. This is one of them situations where everybody could lose their seat, even women or children. Why am I the one sitting in this pissy ass chair? Like I'm not about this life. The only people that are not in my wrath are people over the age of 55 or got like a AAA or whatever those RRP cards are. Yeah, you got one of those. I'm giving you bows. Yeah, AARP. Yeah, I'm giving you bows. Like fuck all this, man. I gotta take trips soon, man. Just the idea of like for one thing, I'll never end up like that Asian dude getting dragged up off the plane. You're gonna have to shoot me before that. The marshal will have to come before you do me like that. Seriously, like I know you wouldn't take that shit.
No, but remember, this is all right. Number one, this is not like Malaysian Airs. This isn't some cheap ass airlines. This is British Airlines. This is a respectable, thing. He was on economy, so that's like the lowest you can go. So economy, so they would have bumped somebody up to business. Business would have bumped up to first class. All right, that's not that hard, So I know there's a seat up in first class. Everybody can have been bumped up. I would have bitched just enough where I would have been, I would have got a seat, and that's would have been. I would not have sat there for 11 hours. You don't sit in someone else's pee willingly. This is not up for discussion. So I would have been cussing out everybody and be like, the co-pilot doesn't really do jack shit. He can go ahead and sit back here. The stewardess, you know what? I don't want no damn peanuts. I want a goddamn seat. This is the reality. Now, fuck that. No.
I know. I mean, you're right about that. Like I said, no, like he made a decision. Everything I say at this point is quoted from Mook. He's just being quiet. He made a bitch-made decision. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was the first one to say this. Mook was like, he's a bitch for that. And he's right. He's a bitch for that. I mean, I agree with him. So like I said, he's quiet right now doing some business, but like, no, when we first discussed the story behind the scenes, the exact quoted words, he's a bitch. And that's how this rolls. Like, it's because at the worst case scenario, I'm going to jail. Because I'm not getting off the flight and just saying, well, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Because if you ain't gonna give me what I want, then and I'm not sitting in this pissy ass seat, then I'm gonna tell I'm like, yo, stewardess, you gotta find one person that's gonna take this punch for you. Because I can't punch you, but I need you to understand, I need somebody that you care about enough. Go get the pilot for nothing. I'm gonna knock him out and nobody can leave. Like, it's gotta be something like that. Because you're not just gonna tell me there's no more seats actually, no, I'm sitting on the fucking floor. I'll sit on the floor where I know everybody's feet's been the entire time before I sit in my fucking pissy chair. Like, you got a better chance of me just sitting on the toilet the whole ride. Nobody else can take a shit. What if I just go sit in the bathroom and just put the toilet seat down? Like I'm sitting in that bitch. Like, oh, you can't do that, sir. Take off. Take off. I'd rather sit in the bathroom where the water does not smell like pee yet than sit in the pissy. I would improvise, or somebody would have to get hurt. Like, it's the only way we doing this, man. I don't know if the UK has UK marshals. I know we got US marshals. I don't know if they roll like that over there. So I'm going to test y'all because I know, hey, the police don't got guns over there. So like, it's one of those things where it's like, you better have that hand-to-hand combat. Y'all better all be Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
No, I would never. No, that's just ridiculous. Like, holy fuck. Like.
And the fact that you were the one that decided to put the story out here. You had to willingly give up all this information. You could have did this whole thing behind the scenes without telling nobody. You wanted everybody to know. I sat and pissed for 11 hours by choice. It wasn't my own piss. It wasn't like I had to pee 2 hours into the flight and they're like, you can't use the bathroom, and I peed myself. That'd be a different story. Still be fucked up, but it'd be a different story. Because if I can imagine an 11-hour flight, at some point they was like, you can't pee the whole flight, that you probably piss yourself. I think I'd even probably piss myself. That would have been the way to have to lie through this somehow. But no.
I've cussed like bus drivers out over just like the bus smelling like pee, and I'm like, I'm riding for like $250, $3, like this man paid 1,200 euros, which is like 1,500 maybe American. So like $1,500, like $3. I'm saying this, like $1,500. No, we making this into a scene. Like everybody's gonna be miserable on this plane ride. Like,
and the second to last topic of the day, solar eclipse today. If you were in Pittsburgh, you didn't see a solar eclipse. You saw like a half eclipse, which is still cool. Yeah. But you didn't see a full eclipse. I watched that shit on TV at my job because nobody at my job was paying attention to what they were supposed to be doing. So we watched it on TV. It was cool watching it in other places. 2024, let's get it, because we're supposed to get a real one. At least this is what it is. It's going to be like damn near full in 2023, but it's really going to be completely over Ohio. So if you want to go over to the other side, okay, keep that. But the very last story, it's going to be another little weird one. Not a weird one. It's going to be stupidity. It's going to be a painstaking stupidity. The Florida-Michigan game was going to be the second biggest college football game of the opening weekend of college football. It will still be, but it will have 7 less Florida players because they are some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. So they got those cards for whenever you go to school, like the stipend cards where you can go get your books and shit.
Yeah.
So they all went out and bought like electronic shit, and then all went back to the person that gave them the card from the school and said that it was stolen. The fact that they only suspended y'all all for like 2 games is amazing, because you know what that fucking is? It's federal fraud. It's fraud. Y'all out here thieving ass organization. That's a criminal organization. I'm sorry. Even if y'all are black or white, like it would actually be better if y'all was black and they called you a criminal organization, because that's like high class crime. That's not just like shooting and killing people. That's like blue collar crime. Or not blue collar, white collar crime. Yeah, it's like a white collar crime. Sorry. But yeah, that's a white collar crime right there. Y'all out here fraudulent with the credit cards, basically. Y'all one step away from taking somebody's identity. Y'all about to go run up on Lucky Whitehead. Yeah. But like I said, that was the last part. Like I said, just think smarter. Don't hustle hard. Cause all right, my bad. Hustling ain't supposed to be easy. That's what it is. Hustling ain't supposed to be easy. Y'all made that a little too easy. It wasn't a little too easy. Didn't think when all 7 y'all thought the hustle was going to work that it was a little too easy. Like seriously, like, oh, I got this idea, homie. We got this card. I'm gonna go get me an Xbox and a laptop. I'm gonna tell him that the card disappeared. Yo, if I got the PS4 and I get the tablet, we can do the same thing. Bro, I think you got the hookup, bro. If we all go out here and do this joint, and then we can give it back to the assistant coach and tell him we lost all that joint, he'll give us another one. And we can buy food with that one. Oh, shit, yeah, bro, we're going to have the systems, and we're going to have the food. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that ain't work out the way y'all thought it did. I bet any goddamn money, that's like 99% what the conversation was. Because there was no further explanation of what y'all was trying to do. Y'all was trying to get some TVs and some gaming systems. Then y'all was probably going to try to flip the new money for some food. Y'all probably never gonna even buy no fucking books. Because half of y'all niggas are like, what are y'all doing there, man? Like, all that pisses me off hearing that story. Just because I struggled to finish to do college the way I did it. So for y'all just be like, yep, we're just gonna fuck this up. We're gonna fuck up some commas. Fuck up some commas here. So yeah. Yeah, you didn't know about that last story.
No.
Yeah, how you feel about the fraud out here?
No, you don't know. You could have did something different. I mean, get your stuff for school. I mean, you could have got all used books and you could have got a nice laptop or something. But I mean, damn, like that's a federal crime. You don't want to be fucking around with that. Again,
because the University of Florida, hey, this is the same university that covered up Aaron Hernandez shooting somebody in the eye in college. So they will cover up anything. Yeah. Just the fact that they couldn't completely. This is the thing. Florida was willing to cover up the fact that Aaron Hernandez shot somebody else. Florida was not fully willing to cover up that their own players tried to hit the okie doke on them. They was like, we're gonna let you slide and not gonna go full law on y'all. But we need them to know that we don't let y'all play with us like that. Like if you shoot somebody else, it's cool. We're gonna sweep that under the rug, the country will never know. But if you try to fuck with us and make us look stupid, no, we gotta let everybody know we can't do that. Y'all gonna miss a game. Wait, just a game? Yeah, a game. These niggas have committed fraud. They just missed a game. It's probably the most important game of the season, but they missed a game. It's the first game. So, y'all niggas should be so happy y'all run fast. Like, I can't wait till they give y'all money. Y'all wives gonna be on reality shows. That's what I imagine when y'all doing shit like that. But I'm gonna let this go. We'll be back tomorrow with some more of these fun stuff. Like I said, because I don't know if we're having a Thursday show, see if we get Bricks in tomorrow, and we'll do Rap Jury Wednesday. When we get back next week, hopefully we'll get the full 4 days in, and we will have the regular format of the Rap Jury being Monday. That's more me than anything, though. So here we are, Grandma Worldwide Radio, Unfiltered, and James and your boy Jay Skyline. Here, follow us on IG and Twitter, JSkyline99 and James _Lane on IG, and GMWW Radio on IG as well. Again, Google App Store for the Grandma Worldwide Radio app. And if you need your music played, GMWW Radio at gm.com. Like I said, go back to the previous segment to hear me roast y'all niggas about why y'all need to give me some music. We out.